Yo, Shabar from the video. I've never bulked my entire lifting journey. This is how to build muscle without bulking. So the first way to build muscle without bulking is slow down your reps. You don't want to be doing your reps like this and letting the weight control you on the way down. You want to go up and then you control the weight. You want to have about a 3-second eccentric, which is the lowering phase of a lift. This is because the eccentric part of a lift is the most important, especially for muscle growth. This is because you experience the most amount of micro tears during the eccentric part of the lift. Now, micro tears aren't a bad thing. They're actually a good thing, especially if you want to build muscle. Micro tears are literally micro tears. They're small tears that are created in the muscle once you recover by doing things like sleeping or waiting to train that muscle for a while. Those micro tears will be recovered. So you want to wait at least 48 hours before training that muscle, especially if you're sore. For example, I'm really sore right now from my chest day I had yesterday. So yeah, the next day I'll train chest will be on Tuesday, so I have 3 more days until then. Now, soreness is not a good sign of muscle growth, but it can tell you if you actually targeted that intended muscle. So if you're feeling sore the next day after working a specific muscle, then you know that you actually targeted it. What makes your training hard is training close to failure, not all the way to failure. But if you never train to failure, you won't know what 3 reps in reserve or anything close to failure actually feels like. So this is what training to failure would look like. Like, I'm not about to train to failure, but I'm going to show you what it would look like. You would be like struggling to get the weight up. You should be able to go all the way up, but when you're struggling and can't really move the weight, you do long length partials, and this will train the muscle hard, and that shows that you are actually training to failure. To make an exercise harder, you want to do what I said at the beginning. You want to have a slow eccentric because you'll really feel a burn. This eccentric doesn't need to be really long. So if you're having a hard time training to failure or just training hard period, if you feel unmotivated one day when you go to the gym, ask a buddy to come to the gym with you, because having someone with you help you be motivated to push yourself harder. I actually have a video where I go over how to stay motivated as a new lifter. So if you're a new lifter or just somebody that goes to the gym who has a hard time staying motivated, especially for your training day, I'll link the video on screen and at the end of this video so you guys can check it out. Is be consistent and train more frequent. Being consistent means trying your best not to miss a day. Now, if you miss a day, no worries. You can just come back and train that muscle again, because you should be training that muscle twice a week, especially if you've been lifting for a while. Now, beginners, they can get away with only training each muscle once a week and still build a lot of muscle growth because of newbie gains, obviously. But you should train 2 times a week if you've been lifting for a while, so your muscles get targeted more and you'll have a higher chance of growing muscle. Now, being consistent is basically just training the muscle each day. That is not all it means. It means being consistent in how you train and how hard you train. Consistency has many different factors. Like I said, it's not just about going to the gym every day and then not pushing yourself hard. That wouldn't be consistent, because you're not consistently pushing yourself hard on each set. Now, I get it. If you're having a horrible day, at least you went to the gym. That's a lot better than just staying at home and sitting. So props to you for that. Just going to the gym, even if you don't feel like it, and actually trying to push yourself and work out, even if it's only for about 10 minutes. That's better than not doing anything. So just be consistent in your training and how hard you train every single day. And if you miss a day, just come back the next day and just train that muscle hard to make up for that day that you missed. The next thing you want to do is get enough protein. If you're not getting enough, you want to consume more protein. So how much protein should you consume? It's recommended that you consume at least 0.8 grams. I usually recommend you use the 1 gram per body weight per pound of body weight, or 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. Now, if you don't lift much, you should just stay with the 0.8 grams per body weight. Hopefully, a lot of you guys who are watching have been lifting for a while, or you are trying to start lifting. If you are lifting, you want to consume more protein because your body and your muscles especially is going to need a lot more protein than just the average person who's sitting on their butt all day. So what are the best sources of protein? Foods that are high in protein and that are good quality include eggs, red meat, like steak. You don't want much fat on it. You want the leanest, or just some lean ground turkey or ground beef. But those are some foods that are high in protein. Now you can take protein supplements, but those will not make you as full as something like a pound of lean steak. Getting more protein in is a lot better than getting foods high in fat and carbs, especially like the foods that have the bad fats and the bad carbs. Now there are some foods with good fats, and those foods are like avocados. The last thing, and likely the most important thing in my opinion, is rest and recovery, which happens right here in a bed or just the days you rest. For example, I rest on Saturdays and Sundays, but you want to have those rest days as an active rest day. You want to take a walk or just like do some stretches. Sleep is very important. You want to get at least the recommended 7 to 9 hours. But if you can have a good night of sleep with only sleeping 5 or 6 hours a night, then you want to consistently do that. You sleeping over 6 hours, if you already routinely sleep for 6 hours a night, it will probably do more damage than good. So just keep doing what you're doing, especially if you feel good and refreshed when you wake up. Sleeping and all that stuff is so important is because this is where most of your muscles grow. They grow while recovering and sleeping. They don't grow in the gym. The gym plays a role in how your muscles grow because the gym, literally when you're lifting weights, you experience micro tears. Since your body needs to repair and recover those micro tears to make new muscle, which makes your muscles get bigger over time, you need to rest that muscle. So you don't want to do chest and then like feel sore until you're ready to go on again. It will take you longer to recover, especially if you're natural. Now I'm young, so my body should be able to recover a lot quicker than somebody that's older. Now if you're on steroids, you're definitely going to recover faster, but hopefully you aren't, unless you're like competing or something. For natural guys, it will take a lot longer to recover than a natural guy. So get your sleep and rest, rest, rest. It is very important. So if you made it this far into the video, comment rest. This will let me know that you made it this far into the video. And don't leave any context. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're a new lifter or just a lifter who is having a hard time staying motivated, then watch this video.